Welcome to Intimacy Video number 6.
Where to find the one.
Make a lasting list.
Make a lasting list. It's a checklist, right? When you want to get into a relationship, when you want to be with that significant other, there are things that matter to you and things that kind of determine the criteria for is it this person or that person.
And many of you have very long lists and you've itemized it. Some of you don't have a list at all, which that's a problem.
So we were at this wedding. We started thinking about our own list and, when we met each other. And, on my list was, I wanted someone who was deep, who was a thinker. I wanted someone who gave honor and who valued people. I also wanted an adventurer, and then I wanted someone who was still hot, right? A supermodel, and bam, I got all of them. Woo!
I was looking for an adventurer, definitely, and I was looking for someone because I had lost so much in my life and dealt with death at such a young age. I wanted someone who valued life.
Because we're at this wedding, the man who was getting married, he actually had lost his wife previously, who had passed away, and the woman who's about to get married to him had actually come out of a divorce. So it was really a second chance for these folks, and which really made us start to think about our own list.
The list changes.
It changes. It's crazy. I mean, you were talking about your mom the other day.
I called my mom the other day. And I said, Mom, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I'm going to have to call you back because Dad is clipping my toenails and he's about to pluck my eyebrows. And I hung up from that, and we had a long conversation about lists and how they changed. My mom's 84 and my dad is 79. And we realized as we talked through it that the list would change every 10 years.
When I was 20, I did want the hot supermodel, the gorgeous chick.
And that was number one. That would be number one.
That was number one on my list. And then I started thinking, okay, so what would I want when I'm 85, 90 years old? I'm going to want someone who's willing to pull up my depends when I can't do it anymore.
A caretaker, a companion, someone you can talk to and relate to. And as we talked about that list, we came up with 3 suggestions for you.
So what's the first point?
First point is don't let it be skin deep. You are forming a list for a lifetime. And some of the things that were so important to you in your younger years, you have at the top of your list today. And you are focused on appearance and things that will not stand the test of time. And it's almost like we have to turn our lists upside down. So what your assignment is to make a list for every 10 years.
So what does that look like? Think about, what would it be like if I got married every 10 years?
Yeah. What would your list look like when you're 60 years old?
What would be important to me at 60, at 70, at 80? And then, which really leads to the second point of
circle the things that stayed the test of time. So I love loyalty. Loyalty is something I look for in a mate. That would be on my list every 10 years. That would never go away. Whereas a super hot body and perfect shape would diminish from my list over time. When someone's 80, I'm not just going to be looking at their six-pack.
Yeah.
Or lack thereof.
My six-pack is turned into a 4-pack, which is moving towards a 2-pack. While the supermodel was number 1 when I was 20, I wanted to be honored, respected. I wanted to learn how to respect others, and that was on my list at 20, but it's definitely on my list at 90. So that's one of the ones that I would circle.
The last point is I want you to reprioritize that list, and the things that would stay on your list every 10 years that would suddenly become more important, I want you to move to the top of the list.
You're creating a master list, a list by which you're going to approach life and specifically approach relationships with that significant other.
That will stand the test of time. So one of the reasons you might be single is because your second chance list looks exactly like your first chance list. And you have not allowed it to change as your heart has changed and as you've aged and matured.
A lot of married couples listen to us as well. And thank you so much for being a part of the journey with us. You may be going right now, well, but I'm married. I'm not going to get married every 10 years. We don't suggest that. Take this list and flip it meaning don't use it just for what you're looking in someone else. It's actually make that list about who you are. Be that to someone else. You know what? When Bethany is 95 years old and she needs someone to pull up her Depends, I want to be that person who is willing to pull up that grown woman diaper or whatever it is. And here's the thing, we've talked about this in other videos before where we've said to find the one, be the one.
And in this case, we're asking you to be the list. Be the caretaker, be the companion, be the person that you are looking for. So make your list for every 10 years. Circle the things that stand the test of time. And then 3, reprioritize your list so that you can run after your second chance. Thanks for joining us on this video, and we will see you soon.
Now it's time to jump in the ocean. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go.